I'll just summarize what you would have seen in about 20 charts. What the language does, and this is a combination of both bills. What I'm going to give you is a summary of those elements about the lab and the station that are in both bills, and frankly, which I expect in reality will be blended as opposed to one substituted for the other. We'll have both of these, and that's why I'm going to give it to you as a quick summary. Basically, there is, and this represents what I believe is a consensus of the United States Congress regarding the space station and its future, which may be surprising to some of you, but it recognizes the ISS value as a broad-based research facility beyond its important value in preparing for exploration. Now, as you know, with the vision for exploration, NASA has redefined its use of the space station, and it's focused primarily in supporting research that supports and contributes to the knowledge needed to go back to the moon and beyond. We agree with that prioritization for NASA. We don't want NASA, we don't want to force NASA to go back into the broader, more expansive level of research that they had originally planned for space station. They don't need that. But the space station can still provide the venue for that research, and so the laboratory designation is designed to allow others, not NASA, but others, to make use of that laboratory to conduct that kind of broader research and the other disciplines, that some of which Martin was describing. And you notice he said it's kind of slight on the NASA side. Well, that's fine. We don't have an issue with NASA being limited there, as I say, but the lab establishes the mechanism to ensure that we have a productive ISS across the broad range of scientific disciplines. We will have a commitment in both bills. Basically stop very short of saying the lifespan of the space station shall be at least 2020. So we are saying as the United States Congress that we believe that NASA should be planning, and we're directing NASA to plan and tell us what it's going to take to sustain the space station at least to 2020. That, I think, is an important message for you here, that at least one element of the U.S. government is very committed to extending the lifetime of the space station. We have 2020 vision when it comes to the lifetime of the space station. We also show commitments in the language to deliver the equipment that we need to sustain the space station on orbit. Make sure we have the ORUs that are necessary there, and that we develop new systems for developing cargo logistics and the research support materials. Both bills also have a commitment to support an accelerated view of trying to get commercial alternative crew transportation to the space station, what's called COTS-D, Capability D. We vary in our approach to that, but that's an element of concern for both members, for both houses. There's a commitment for the broad-based research plan, as I said. We've asked NASA to prepare new research plans that show this commitment to the other disciplines. We've also got other language in the Senate bill. We have established a fund, $200 million, an ISS Research Fund. This would be money outside of NASA, the U.S. Treasury money that NASA could use to support the development of research capability for the space station, and be available to be supplemented by other government funding and private entities. Now, the lab structure designation or description is something we've still left up to NASA to help define. We tried to resist the temptation to overly prescribe structure, and so we asked them to come back again with another report in a year that will tell us how you'll actually manage the laboratory. Quasi-governmental, non-government organization, just what will be involved in that and how will they manage applications, peer review, all of the necessary steps to get experiments prepared to go on orbit to the space station. I want to also point out that that language is not restrictive in terms of simply U.S. participation. There's nothing in the language or in our intention in drafting the language that would preclude an international entity from participating as long as there's a U.S. anchor in research conducted within the ISS National Laboratory, U.S. ISS National Laboratory. Because remember, the U.S. National Laboratory was defined in the bill as not only the U.S. laboratory, but also any of those allocations that the U.S. has by agreement in other facilities. And so some of you have been hoping that maybe you'd get that allocation back if NASA lost interest in using it. And so maybe that's bad news, so we want to use it. But what I'm saying is that doesn't preclude the opportunity of international participation. So I do want to make that point, at least from the standpoint of the intention. So, in conclusion, what I'm saying is that the ISS National Lab designation is really all about ensuring that this investment that we've made is preserved and used to the maximum possibility. I hope that I've given you at least a sense that there's a strong awareness of and a commitment to the value of this incredible facility that we've had a chance to see and hear more about and celebrate the 10th anniversary of at this conference. And that we will continue to work in the Congress to ensure that we make the best possible use of the ISS capabilities for the longest possible time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for helping us develop this 2020 vision. Thank you.